face wash, but you have to leave it on for 2 minutes. I don't have time to stand in the bathroom and wait for 2 minutes, so I'm gonna do a few little chores while I'm waiting for my face wash to work. Today I have 4 small projects that I need to get done. They are small, so that I really think that I can possibly accomplish them. But I decided I'm gonna do my day backwards. I'm gonna get these projects done this morning and then do school this afternoon. I'm gonna take advantage of nap time. Those 4 projects are straining and freezing the bone broth. I'm gonna dice and freeze a bunch of peppers. I'm gonna make some tomato sauce and freeze it, and I'm gonna figure out something to do with all those peaches. Let me show you what my counter looks like right now. I can't really even use it because there's so much goodness on it. I really don't want any of it to go to waste, and honestly the next 2 days after today are pretty full. Tomorrow we're doing some really fun things. We're gonna bring you guys along. Sunday's our rest day, so I'm definitely not gonna be freezing and putting stuff up that day. So the next day will be Monday, and I'm afraid those things are gonna not keep until then. So wish me luck as I get 4 small projects done. So I wanted to show you guys real quick what it looks like when your bone broth has done its job. See this nice bone? Watch this. It just crumbles in my fingers. When your bones crumble like that, you know that you have a good bone broth. So I also wanted to address something that I was talking about the other day, the cloudy versus clear broth or stock. I did a little research. Turns out my theory or my guess was correct, that the crock pot that boils, even though it's on low, it boils, causes my bone broth to be cloudy, whereas the crock pot that I use that keeps everything on a very low simmer keeps my stock really clear. The reason for that is that the boiling emulsifies the fat. Some other reasons that your stock could be cloudy versus clear is because you didn't start out with cold water, and there's like a bunch of grime in your stock or broth. Honestly, none of those things matter. A little bit of cloudy broth never hurt anybody. It still tastes the same. It's still just as delicious. It's just not as pretty. Okay, so let me show you what I do with the peppers after I dice them. I throw them on a cookie sheet or a pizza sheet, and then I put them in the freezer. Once they're frozen, I put them in freezer bags. That way you don't have a giant clump of frozen peppers in your freezer bag. They actually come out individually, so you could just use a handful if you wanted to. I actually already put some trays in the freezer, so that's my last one. How many projects do I have done now? I've done 2 of the smallest projects. Now it's time to do the tomatoes. I haven't even started yet because this little man, all he wants to do is snuggle and play. I may have to put him in the ergo. All the big kids are outside playing. I told them as long as they're playing outside, they don't have to come in and work. If they come inside, I'm gonna put them straight to work. So they're playing quite happily outside at the moment. But I don't know what to do with this little man. Can we kiss? Can we kiss you? Baby's happy for a minute. I'm gonna try to make some tomato sauce and freeze it. I'm gonna make a very simple tomato sauce. I don't have time to get all fancy with it. I don't have time to can it. I'm just gonna throw these puppies in the blender, skin and all, cook them for a little while, and then throw them in some quart freezer bags. I know that that doesn't seem all that exciting, but I would much rather use these tomatoes up than have them go to waste, and I would much rather have a few quarts of tomato sauce in my freezer than none at all. Okay, that took me a really long time, but that's because I get interrupted about 10 times, and that's all right. But if you were home and you didn't have little kids that needed you, or if they were at school or whatever, that would have really taken you like 10 minutes. So simple. I'm gonna put this on the stove, let it cook down a little bit, and then throw it in some quart bags. I have a nice mug of that coconut curried pumpkin soup that I made yesterday, and I was enjoying that and looking through the comments from yesterday to see if anyone had any suggestions for what I should do with those peaches. And someone said peach butter. That sounds really good to me. Plus, I can make it in my crock pot, which at this point in the day, I'm pretty tired. That sounds perfect. All right, I blanched my peaches, got all the skins off and all the stones out. I wanted to show you how beautiful they are. It's some kind of like white peach. They're definitely not orange peaches. Check them out. That is beautiful. Now, all I'm gonna do, this is why I am picking peach butter instead of jam, is because I am just going to put this in my crock pot. My helpers are awake, so one of them is gonna come over here and help me finish up the job.
One cup of sugar.
All right, now put it in. Half a cup of sugar.
Half a cup of sugar.
Okay. Say 1 teaspoon of cinnamon.
1 teaspoon of cinnamon.
Good. And a teaspoon of lemon juice. But I'm just gonna stick some in there. The recipe says 6 to 8 hours, but in my experience with butters, it takes much longer than that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you, Justice, for helping me.
You're welcome.
Every single one of those items were gifted to me. Other people blessed me with those vegetables and fruits. And then the bone broth came from chickens that we had helped some friends kill. 10 quarts of food for just people being kind and generous feels really good to me. Some sweet friends invited me over to dinner this evening, me and the kids, and I just wanted to show you how incredible their backyard is. It's not big at all, but they have chickens and a garden and a yard to play in. Just take a look.